Hello everyone, my name is Sayako from Koji & Co. This program is the collaboration of Melbourne World Rice Festival and Koji & Co. supported by City of Melbourne. I'm going to demonstrate how to make miso using our miso making kit, and I'm going to talk a bit about what miso is for us Japanese people. Let's have a look at the ingredients of miso. It's very simple, just 3 ingredients: beans, salt, and koji. For beans, traditionally in Japan, we use soybeans for miso making. And I've tried several kinds of beans in Australia and found that with chickpeas we can make delicious miso. So we've got organic chickpea here. And for salt, one of the special things about our miso making kit is the pink lake salt. The natural lake salt from the Pink Lake that is a bit over 300 kilometers northwest of Melbourne. And the Pink Lake salt is hand harvested by the collaboration of Mount Zero and the local indigenous community. And here we've got koji. This is dried rice koji, and we call this kome koji in Japanese. Kome means rice. So we inoculate koji that looks like this on the rice, and it is 2.5 days process to make a batch of koji. And this bucket has dried rice koji that can be kept at room temperature. Biodynamic farming is an authentic and sustainable farming method that is focusing on improving soil health. So you might have thought that miso is mainly made with beans, but actually it's got more rice as a koji. This miso making kit is to make 1 kilo of chickpea akamiso. Akamiso red miso is a long-term fermented type of miso. And it has been said that there are hundreds of types of miso across Japan from each region. We Japanese people have been eating miso for at least 1,000 years. In Heian period, that is about 1,000 years ago, the government officials in higher position was paid by miso. So miso was regarded luxury, and ordinary people would never get to eat miso at the time. A day before we make miso, we soak beans overnight. Please weigh 240 grams of the dried chickpeas and wash and soak in plenty water. Drain in a colander. Put beans into a pot and fill with water. Today, I'm using this small-sized pressure cooker, which is very handy, and can cook beans within an hour. With the usual pot, you would need to cook for 4 to 5 hours. While we cook beans, we activate dried rice koji. We usually use fresh koji instead of dried koji to make miso, but today I'm going to demonstrate how you can activate dried koji. Please sanitize bowl and put dried rice in a bowl, boil water and cool down to 40 degrees. We'll add 60 ml and mix well with a clean spoon. Drain beans into a colander once they are cooked. Make sure to keep the broth. The chickpeas should be soft enough to be easily crushed between your fingers. Combine rice koji and 120 grams of pink lake salt. Mix very well. Mash beans while they're hot. I'm using the mincer, but you can do it with a potato masher or with your hands. Cool down the mashed chickpeas to around 40 degrees. Again, if the chickpea is too hot, it will kill koji, so please make sure to cool it down to again at our body temperature. Mix with rice koji and salt. Put the cooled down broth of 50 ml. Mix well until the texture becomes smooth and soft. If you think it is still quite dry, you may add about 10 to 20 ml of the broth. Make into hand-sized miso balls. Throw miso balls into the jar. Push down miso tightly so that the air would not get in. Cover the top with wrap so that the surface would not be exposed to the air. Put salt in 3 layers of plastic bags on top as a weight and place tightly on miso. The weight will help to produce miso tamari, the liquid part of miso. Store the miso in a cool, dark place and allow it to ferment. Make sure to put the label on the jar by filling the date on which you make the batch, which will be included in the kit. After about 9 months, please taste it, and when you're happy with the taste, please store it in the fridge.